about that technical difficulty, but I got a call, and it's always the most frivolous, nonsensical calls. And to be honest, I don't even know how to do not disturb, but I'll figure it out so that I can start putting my phone on do not disturb when I'm on live. Welcome back, JD. I'll try to let a few more of you guys come in, and then I'll pick up exactly where I left off. Yes, Rosetta, we're back. I had no idea that that call that came in knocked out the volume. So I'll give you guys a second to rejoin. Shout out to all of the new subscribers that I gained. I believe I got, it said 26 plus new subscribers. So welcome to the shenanigans over here. I am sure you guys will find a community that you enjoy over here. I very rarely lose subscribers. Um, and if I do, I don't notice. I gain so many. So welcome all to all my new subscribers. I was so happy when the analytics popped up. I was like, what? So shout out to all the new busted babies. All right. So as I was saying, I think that his assessment, if Charlemagne, if Leonard were to get an assessment from an employee review, I think it would be that he's become unlikable and people believe that he's biased. And so, and could also sometimes like to attack people or be petty. And in that case, I think that is true. I think he's used his platform to harm people or to carry out personal agendas and corporate agendas. And I think that he could have more opportunities if he didn't build that type of image, public image for himself. I will say if they are negotiating, they're not going to go in his favor. He won't have much of a leg to stand on for some reason, and it's probably because nobody in radio does right now. And I almost think that he will, I'm not calling him a hoe, but maybe, congratulations, sissy, on your 2 finals. We love an educated baddie. We love a collegiate baddie. I think that he is willing to hold himself out a little bit. Like, I can do this, or I can do this, or I can do this, or listen, I know I might not have would have did this before, but I'll even do this. If it feels like that. The problem is everybody is gonna go where the attention of the public is going. Charlemagne, you can't shift into streaming. You could shift into podcasting, but nobody likes you. And even podcasting is struggling against the streamers, the YouTubers who are elevating into new media. So you may have burned yourself out of opportunities. I think you went in too hard on certain things because you were in the position to do so. And the Breakfast Club is such a integral part of hip hop history and culture. And I think because of your position, it seems like it's protected. But sometimes being the teacher's pet works against you. Because what happens if the teacher gets fired and then a new teacher comes in who doesn't like you or doesn't need a pet? Doesn't like the idea of a pet, wants everybody to be equal and get equal opportunities, and might look at a teacher's pet like, I actually don't like you even more. It's best to be sovereign than to be bought. But that's my opinion. Crowning you King of Cups, King of the radio. You're the king of the radio, baby. You're hot. In my Jamie Foxx playing Beyonce's husband in Dreamgirls. This was you, crowning you in your mind. In your mind, you'll always be the greatest. In your mind, you'll always be a girl. Imagine seeing Kai. Yes, because Kai and all the other streamers and academics and all the new media, but this is how you saw yourself. Big king energy them. Big radio man them. Suck you mama. Suck your blood clot mama. You and your beautiful chemical pills. Eyebrows threaded to the gods. That's where the God in your name came from. Skin and eyebrows. Chemical peeled and threaded to the gods. Yes, you get a shoulder shimmy. So below though, will the industry start tumbling out with the old guard and the new guard? The industry itself has to adapt to Pluto and Aquarius energy, to the new normal. And you were a gatekeeper. This whole radio show was a gatekeeper. All the old gatekeepers are going through it, are they not? The way things were ran is continuing to crumble, as I said it would. Ace of Swords. This is contract negotiations. I wonder if they're just entertaining you guys, because I would like to see this as your outcome. This is the outcome with me, or maybe I might see the Chariot. I would like to see this, or if not this, then the Chariot as his outcome, which means he lives on to fight another day. This is contract negotiations. There still seems to be something that can come of these negotiations. I don't know if they want to scrap the whole show or restructure it and keep somebody and not others, or get rid of somebody and not others. They're thinking about what they can do with the Breakfast Club. I do think somebody, if it goes out and they do something with someone, they might keep somebody for sure. And it could be Charlemagne, or he's positioning himself as the one, if they get rid of the show, keep him. So that could be why I say I feel like he's doing something a little desperate. He could be, even in his negotiations, be saying like, I get it, radio is out, you know, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But I have legacy, I have a brand, da-da-da-da. So I get if y'all want to get rid of the show, but keep me. Hopes and fears is that he's out of a job as well as the others. I think he's okay with seeing the rest of them out, but not him. Outcome is the Queen of Pentacles. Charlemagne is a man. What is his sign? What is his birthday? It's June 29th. Is he a Cancer? Is that Cancer or Leo? Early June is Gemini. So I think he's a Cancer. Well, then this is definitely him in his crowning position. Let me look and see who this woman is, because I'm not saying because it's a queen it can't be him. And this could be him. I don't know why that looks like Beyonce, and I only say that because maybe The King of Wands came out, and that could be Jay-Z. This could be Nicki and her husband. This makes me feel like his relationship with Jay-Z. This could be Desiree Perez. This is a woman that's going to support him and save the day for him in some way. I don't know if it's going to be saving his radio show, but I believe this is Jay-Z. He's done favors for, I believe, Jay-Z and maybe his business partner, which is why I think this could be Desiree, because in the days of them needing him to run smear campaigns, she would show up this way. In his outcome, while his stability is in jeopardy, she could show up this way as someone benevolent to him. He could be someone a part of her kingdom, meaning she could pull some strings, or in some way she could grant him an old favor, or just a payment for him working for them. I think something about his relationship with Jay-Z and Desiree Perez will be beneficial to him. Things he's done for them in the past, and I believe it has to do with speaking and acting for them, being their mouthpiece, running campaigns and agendas. Yep. Taking people down if need be. Talking bad about them so that, you know, the public opinion about them goes a certain way. I believe that they will support him in some way, help him in some way. I think that if anybody is in jeopardy, or the ladies over there have the most to lose in any situation over in these contract negotiations, because if they decide not to renew the show, Charlemagne and DJ Envy have enough skin in the game to maneuver and leverage it somewhere. Jess and Lauren, not so much. Lauren maybe even be able to finagle herself somewhere, since she just came from TMZ to the Breakfast Club. Jess, though, you know, but they have more to lose from if the show falls. Charlemagne has support, and I think it comes from Jay-Z and Desiree Perez, allegedly. All right. I was surprised when they didn't get rid of her, because I saw that everybody wanted her to be gone. I saw it when I read it, but I guess. All right, somebody asked me to read Memphis, and I think that's important, and I'll probably end there because I'm hungry, and I have ceremonies to do tonight, so I don't want to spend all my energy here reading down, honey. But for those of you who are new here, I don't remember what video it was. Maybe when I read Elon and his supercomputers or whatever, that I brought up Memphis and the effect that his work there was going to have on you guys. And I also told you guys they are not just harvesting or harnessing a lot of the water there and a lot of the energy, meaning the power. I said that to fuel those new supercomputer that they were building in Memphis, which they probably successfully built, which is why the data centers are coming, they were also going to be harvesting your collective consciousness. So I told you guys to expect to see an uprising in crime, an uprising in dissension in communities, sees a decrease in education or people's intellect, people getting kind of dumber, increase in poverty, because your energy was being used to fuel artificial intelligence. Who else? How else would they be able? Who else is an artificial intelligence molded after other than a human? I told you guys to be careful out there, because they were going to be harnessing the collective consciousness in that community. My God. And they have enough to build data centers. So that supercomputer must have done what needed to be done. Now they can use that supercomputer, which is the hub, to fuel the data centers. And what data did they collect to fuel these centers? Where'd they get all that intelligence from? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Most High Mother and Father God, I like to see what is the energy surrounding Elon Musk's data centers in Memphis, his supercomputer and his data centers that they are erecting or attempting to erect in Memphis and maybe even beyond. But we're starting with Memphis since that's where his supercomputer is built. What's the energy surrounding that? Surrounding the community, surrounding Memphis, the city, the surrounding cities, the people, the energy itself, and Elon and these data centers. Allow me to see what's going on with these data centers in Memphis and how this is infecting the natural environment. What's Elon's intentions? Where is this gonna go? What does this mean for Memphis? This is people. This is an individual. This is them losing consciousness. This is the data from your consciousness leaving, seeping up out of you. But this is also them doing it on a strategic body of water. They call it the Nile. There's something very important about the water, and I said this the first time there, but also the people, the Black people. They don't choose your communities because you're disposable. They choose your communities because you are the valuable resource. You are the gold mine. You are the oil in Africa. You are the diamond in Africa. You are the resource. You know, they've been mining Africa for resources since before slavery, but somebody had the bright idea to take its most valuable resource and then put it where it can be mined and harvested continuously. And that's y'all Black asses. I say y'all because me too. And as they suck more of your consciousness, the one that you guys don't pay any attention to. Y'all live life, people live life these days like they ain't got no soul. But it's because most of today's adults were already born into the new age, the new world, the digital age. So you guys have been sucked since birth, which is why it's easier for the loss of consciousness to spread because you guys have no consciousness of what it meant to experience life like every age of humanity before the ones born into the digital world. Every age since the beginning of humanity, none of them experience living in the digital age, the virtual reality. The first children born in that are grown now. And so the New World Order happened already. The chip was never a chip. It was allowing yourself to be harnessed and harvested without any recollection of your true value as a human being outside of just this 3D world and body. You got something valuable, more valuable than your skin and waking up for work and clocking in so that you can maintain a mortgage and a car payment and hopefully retire with a few $100,000 and be middle class so that you can look down on, as we were as y'all, because not me. We're distracted by the hustle and bustle of practical life, sucking the part of you that's eternal. And this is why they fear this age in history, because in no other age in history have people been sucked and zapped of their eternal energy. Is this why they call it the second death? Because if you have no more soul to take with you, to reincarnate into another body, if all you have is your body because they've sucked out all your consciousness, what's going to happen to you when you die? Oh, because they told y'all that you die, you get buried or cremated, and that's it. That was a lie. Sucking all of your ashe, all of your soul, the energy, the part of you that is the part connected to the God source, sucking it right out to fuel technology, to replace yours. This is what's been happening to people in Memphis who are not vigilant. And I don't even know what vigilance means in the sense of practicality, meaning, all right, something ain't right, this ain't right. I don't want my soul sucked. I can't even say what that means yet, but I know this is what's going on to the people. And I told y'all that was going to happen. I told y'all. And not to say I told you so, but my problem is y'all don't be believing me because I be so far in advance that by the time it becomes a thing and my visions actually manifest themselves, it's usually too late, because by the time y'all heard it, it's just like, oh, okay, yeah, but what about Beyonce and Jay-Z? And no shade, but that's the part that grieves me the most about what I do. Challenging. Nobody in the community can stop it. Nobody was able to. Nobody tried to. And these are people of different ethnicities, but for the most part, these are underprivileged communities where there are minorities. We are the oldest people known to the earth. If they are going to build artificial intelligence, who do you think they're going to want to get it? Who do you think they're going to want to get it from? And just because you don't recall it in your mind, it is in your it's in your consciousness, and they know that. They know that, but you don't. So they've been taking all of your wisdom, all of your collective knowledge over the span of your lifetimes, and leaving you with this present experience. Because you're the oldest people, you're the wisest. And also the most oppressed, the most underprivileged, for a reason. These people are too distracted, not even really doing damage to themselves, just bickering over Trump. Because that's what they wanted y'all to do. Yeah. While Elon is doing this over in Memphis, we need all of y'all to be fighting each other over a president that can't nobody do nothing with. So why y'all mad at each other? Don't he do what he want to? Didn't y'all say he stole elections? So if that means he was going to be president one way or another, why y'all been spending all this time being divisive with each other and fighting each other? Meanwhile, past position, success, triumph, move right into those communities, publicize their intentions. We're getting ready to build a supercomputer. Because they have always been successful in their endeavors and agendas over the Black people, nobody stepped up to stop it. even when I announced it here. And of course, I don't have a lot of visibility because I don't have a large platform, but march right into your communities, Five of Wands, Six of Wands, on that pale white horse that I did a reading on the other week. This is historical victory over the minorities. But these are wands, the flame, spark of life. That's why we're brown. It's the real reason we're brown. It's because of the physical embodiment of the creative force. And we have so much of it. We just get singed by it. Our skin is permanently singed by life force. Ashe. So we are the most valuable resource known to the planet. It is sad. Makes me sad to read it because after this, I'm going to go and I'm going to say to my spirits, how long do I have to carry the burden? Not saying I don't want to do this work, but how long am I going to have to see the things that I see it from the beginning and see it to the end to know ain't nobody gonna do shit? Only a select few though. But for the majority, knowing that it's everybody's choice. And I've been saying for a while too, the age of grace is over because there's no more information being hidden from us. It's all available. So that's why there's no more grace, because at some point, information that was valuable, wisdom, was hidden for the elites and initiates and adepts. Spirits are handling initiating now because people were gatekeeping evolutionary wisdom. It makes me sad to deliver these messages and knowing that ain't nobody gonna get it when I'm really, or when others, not just myself, but when others also are trying to ring the alarm, knowing ain't nobody gonna get it. This is underdevelopment of the community. The community will continue to decline. It will continue to be used of its resources. And this is Elon. He's building away at what he's building away at. But what's he's using? These pentacles stuck on a tree, meaning residents of this community, people who live there. You guys, before you see a physical decline of the community, it's happening energetically. It's happening as we speak. Because how can communities thrive when the people aren't thriving? People are what build and drive community. You got a person wakes up one day with a brilliant idea to open up a grocery store, and then they go get all the grants, permits, and resources. Next thing you know, just by that one person's dream to open up a grocery store, the community starts to be developed. You've got a group of college graduates in the local community that just graduated with their degree in education. Now we need a school to house them. So now we got to build a new school for all these new teachers, this new population, so what, so forth. Somebody fall on hard times, but they collect an inheritance from their grandma, and all they know how to do is open up a laundromat. Quick money, low overhead. So now you got a new school, a new grocery store, and a new laundromat. But what happens if none of those people have the ashe, the energy or the spirit to do any of that? If they're just walking zombies? Yep, a decline of the community in every sense of the word. over the next 8 years. In 8 years, Memphis will look completely different. It'll give New Orleans after Katrina. The energy will give that. It may look something like that, but and here it is. Somebody had a bright idea to go in and steal cups, gifts that these people had. They walked into a fertile garden, the Garden of Eden. Wherever we are in large populations, those are miniature versions of the Garden of Eden, because that's what it looked like when it was the Garden of Eden in the earliest of times before the continental split. You know, it looks like Africa before colonization. So all of our communities can be called small gardens of Edens. That's what our communities need to be looked at as, so that we can start looking at ourselves differently. Instead of projects, unkempt gardens of Edens. Nevertheless, went in there as the fool, as if they were presenting something to innocent or children of God. What are you presenting or taking from this garden? And this is cups. So cups, consciousness. But this person is not dressed as royally as she is. He actually looks like a beggar. She looks like she may be royal, but went out for a stroll in the cold of the winter, and actually doesn't mind interacting with beggars and regular common people. That would be Elon in comparison to y'all black asses in Memphis. A beggar parading as a mighty giant when you really actually are the royalty. And stealing your resources. You. This is the citizens of Memphis, the sacrificial lamb. They are building their technology on the back of humans. The AI that you guys love, that you guys have become reliant on, you do know it was reliant on you, and then all of a sudden, now you guys have become reliant on these technologies that were, in their inception, reliant on you. You guys don't see how the pendulum has switched? How many of you guys need Chat GPT to help you formulate ideas? Don't be ashamed, because this is an opportunity for you to have an aha moment before it's too late. You're not here by chance. And I'm not repeating this message for nothing. There must still be a chance. But all of these technologies were built off of you, and this is blood. You were a blood sacrifice, which means you didn't just lend something that you can acquire back. When you die, you have to have soul. You have to have consciousness, because that doesn't die with you. It escapes your vessel and returns to its source, and then it returns to another vessel. But this is the end days, because they've learned for the first time in history how to take your soul. So when you die, how you gonna get it back? And if all you had was this life, then it's all you have, because they'll take from you, and you won't know what they're taking from you, because you're so focused on only this carnal experience and the convenience of it all. Oh, thank God. I don't have to cook no more. I don't have to order nothing no more. I don't have to go to the grocery store. I don't have to exercise, because I can get it chopped off. I don't have to think, because Chat GPT. I don't have to leave my house for entertainment. I don't have to leave my house for anything. I don't have to interact with people physically anymore. I don't have to go outside. I don't have to move a finger. And life I don't have to move a finger. I can say, Alexa. Technology has taken over all of my human ingenuity so that now I become the stationary item. And look at how it's worked. It wouldn't have been possible without people allowing it. That shows you that the majority of the world is already gone. Even before now, we're already gone. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been able to do this. I tell you guys again, 2020 COVID was the test and the final nail in the coffin. Because if you didn't hear the angels sounding the trumpet in 2020, when they gave you a virus and told you don't go outside, don't go near nobody, so that you can be around people and build up your immune system, go outside in the elements, breathe fresh air, get some vitamins from the sun, all of that stuff that naturally helps you heal. Don't go outside. Stay in with artificial air, artificial light, artificial entertainment. And in case you guys are watching anybody on TV who says anything negatively, let me give you TikTok. Controlled opposition. Everybody loves to get their tea from TikTok, but TikTok banned me as soon as I created an account. I didn't even have anything on there yet. Maybe 1 or 2 clips from here, permanent ban. Why? Because I'm not controlled opposition. They can't control me. I run team. Because I'm already at the finish line and the start. And I'm here. All they know is how to steal our consciousness, hoping that their computers will help them. Now imagine when their technology is able to transfer all of the consciousness that they've harnessed from the God people into theirs. What happens when they destiny swap the real way, the scientific, the way you can't undo just by a little spiritual bath and a sacrifice? Mm-hmm. Just download your consciousness right into them. Just recode their whole DNA. Next thing you know, their skin change, get darker, and then you just shrivel up like ashes and become ash. Y'all know what will become of the world. Y'all ain't new here. Some of y'all are, but if you're afraid, then that means you need to recalibrate. I don't feel fear. I'm calibrated for evolution. It's a goddess in the flesh, nonetheless. Current position, they have taken over. He has taken over Memphis and its resources. Look, from taking the resources with the 4 to the 8. Now the 8 is self-mastery. But currently he's taking. So in the near future, this is why the decline, because currently, yes, sir. And I believe Elon is already intending to use he probably already has experimented on himself with downloading consciousness. You think Elon just gonna let the computers have it all? No, he's gonna hook his ass up. And he's gonna try to make himself as wise as Solomon, with all of the world's information from everybody's collective memories. I'm just a crazy lady, though. Page of Pentacles, this is the people giving it to him. Spirit says you gave it to him when you didn't do nothing about it. And if you say, well, Spirit, how? How was I supposed to know? Spirit says, how are you not to know? It's your duty to study to show thyself approved. It's my job to make sure any of the obstacles blocking you from having what you need are out of the way. And when I say what you need, I mean as a human. So it's been ages of gatekeeping, but we're in the age of what? Information with Aquarius. Also freedom of the soul, Aquarius. So Spirit would say, well, then why don't you know? Then you'd say, nobody taught me. Spirit will say, what did you allow yourself to be taught? And how do you not know to hear my voice in the midst of it all? You're your responsibility. So this is everybody giving their ashe away. And I'm not even talking about people in Memphis. I'm talking about collectively giving it away. ChatGPT, can you help me understand what happened in the Cold War? Sure. Other than just finding a book or an article and reading it, consuming the information for yourself. You don't even want to consume information anymore because it's not convenient. You'd rather let something else consume the information and just give it to you. People have been giving away their human ingenuity on their own. Doesn't just stop at ChatGPT, though. I use that as an example. Giving it away. Look, this person looks stressed. No, here, take my pentacle, please. And this is a page, as if you have a lot to give because you're already way behind in evolution. So for you to say, take my pentacle as a page, bitch, no wonder. And Rosetta, I'm happy that you said that and admitted that, because I never want people to get offended at me. I want you to get offended at the system that you've participated in. And none of these offensive have I not experienced all my life. But I'm only able to sit here because I've lived a life of these realities. This vision didn't just start. And so my whole life has been, I'm so critical of myself because I see things down to the foundation of them. And I'm a Libra. And so karma hits me first. Judgment starts in the temple, in the church. So judgment will always start with me. And once I clean house, then I can get up in here and be like, well, listen, I can't relate to y'all, but this is what Spirit said, because I done already clean house. My life is about constantly cleaning house. And that is so that I can do exactly what I'm doing, not because I'm better, but because of the job that I'm supposed to do in my life. I get hit with karma first, so my house gets clean first. Cause shit, I get hit. So I straighten up. And then it's easier for me to see when everybody else is, I'm like, oh. All right. But yes, the truth is a double-edged sword. It might hurt, but if you let it, it can help. Hopes and fears. Now see, this is what I was talking about. Not like we're already so highly evolved that we have enough of our ashe to give. This is where humanity is. Not the king, not the king, queen, or the knight. The fucking page. Spirit said, if y'all think y'all so great, we see you guys on a scale of humanity as the fucking page. If y'all were the knight, that means y'all would be trying to get right. The page is saying here. The knight is on a mission. Hopes and fears. The hopes is that they can continue to mine all of the people who still have a lot more ashe to give, a lot more soul to give. And the fear is the people that are wholly intact. The lamb. They fear the lamb, bitch. They fear people like me doing shit like this. The unharnessable. They looking at all the other communities like, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Where can we suck vampires? This is sinners. Which one of their communities are they still? The problem is they can't do shit like this in New Orleans. They can't do shit like this as easily in New Orleans, Louisiana, Georgia, the Carolinas, and Florida. Want to know why? Why they can't do it that easy in there? But they gonna try. Why they can't do it that easy in there? All the woo. I don't never hear nobody going to Memphis or Tennessee to get no woo done. But in Georgia, in the woods of Georgia, in the Gullah Geechee communities of the Carolina, and in these Florida waters, you gonna get you some diaspora woo. You gonna get you some African traditional spirituality that we call diaspora woo because it's been transformed. Don't mean they ain't gonna come up, they ain't gonna try. The problem is some shit going on that don't make it as easy to just run up in here. You got energies and powers and principalities that it ain't as easy to run up in these places because we still doing that, what y'all call evil. So listen, the communities of Black people that are the most taken away from their roots but are very root rich, y'all beware. Y'all better wake up. If you're root rich, meaning a place like Memphis, Tennessee, that's root rich. But I don't know. Y'all ain't doing enough woo out there. Y'all ain't doing enough of your spiritual practices, and not just on each other and not just for money. I'm talking about soul woo, reconnecting with the spirits and the ancestors. No. Y'all doing it against each other out there. And so they're going to come take your resources. But hopes and fear is, listen, I'm anxious to see how quickly they're able to spread. And I know they want to, but they got to tread lightly, though, because that energy hit different. Where we in them woods and them swamps calling them spirits. All they've been able to do is punish Haiti by making sure they're poor. But have they ran up in Haiti since Oya and Ogun? No. Outcome. Sorry to them people in Memphis. Best y'all can do is set your sights on leaving. This is a disconnect from man, original woman, and its creator. Because y'all Black asses are the original man, the original woman, and you are the closest direct link. And look, they're in the garden. Oh my. The son of creation. Women's in Memphis, you can be the line of defense. I know it sucks, but as a woman, it shouldn't suck because you shouldn't feel any less than prepared to protect and defend. But society told us the men would do it because they knew nobody could really protect and defend like a woman. Even the male lion knows that. Women, while the man looks at woman and earth, his job is to provide, protect. Her job, though, is to keep her eyes on God because she's the direct link, the purest link, which is why they put us at the very bottom of the totem pole. The very, very bottom. Sisters in Memphis, I call you back to your roots because you can save your people. You got to pick back up your roots, though. You got to tap back in. It ain't the man gonna do it. It ain't no politician. Not a nam. You better pick up your roots. And before you just pick them up and start throwing them, take you a cleansing bath, and not just a regular one. I'm talking about one where you say, I am sorry that I forgot my roots, who I am. I believe who they told me I was. I've been giving away my ashe, but I don't want that shit no more. I want to reclaim my inheritance, my birthright. God made a covenant with the original man and woman. That's it. They were to be fruitful and have dominion. And look at us. All this dirt with no dominion. Women's, we birth everybody. We birth everybody. And you think you're supposed to be behind somebody? How in nature does that make sense? Despite what you've been indoctrinated, how in nature does that make sense when the earth that we live on itself gives birth? Sure, the sun germinates it, but even the sun goes down and makes way for the feminine ass moon. You need to go to somebody's church. You don't need to be in a temple for wisdom. You need to be in a church of indoctrination, Sam. We take chains off around here. We don't put them tighter. Black ass women and melanated women in Memphis, you guys can give this thing a run for its money. Unfortunately, the outcome is that damage is done. I don't think you guys understand. This is the Lover's card. I just mentioned all of this spiritual meaning, but this is a Mercury card. It's a Gemini card. Through technology, Mercury and Gemini, making artificial intelligence, Mercury and Gemini, you will lose your connection to the source. And it's already happening, which is why this is the outcome. If you're here today, you have an opportunity to plug that leak, but signed, sealed, and delivered. Gee, my goodness. Of course they do. Y'all know when I get on one, they come up in here. That's how I know I'm doing the Lord's work when I see all them trolls. The Lovers. Look at you as the first spark. Spark of the creative source. The spark of life. The first. This is God's hand, and this is your ass. The first. Then everything got confused when the shadow people, the people who ain't even really real people, is they? What is they? What is they? Start mixing DNA with the original people. But they keep an eye. They keep an eye on the original people and even the ones through their technology. They watching me right now. Hating, seething. See that, I tell you. They're watching, they know the ones pure of spirit still, and the ones who are blinded by the world's treasures. Look at me. I'm an influencer. Surgery. Ooh, I got to keep up with the aesthetic. Look at me. Then you got politicians to me. Snakes, politicians. Because they have the most influence, so to speak. Dragons. This is the bloodlines, the elite bloodlines. This is the dream that they sell us. Work hard, pull yourself from the bootstraps, graduate with a degree, get a house, get a good paying job, get a mortgage, put money into your 401k and retirement plans, If you have extra to invest in some stocks, send your kids off to a great school, retire with a few $100,000 or a few million, and then die. That's what that is. That's what we all aspire to. And then some of us, we aspire to the wealth and the riches. We just want the wealth and the riches. And then some of us, well, we just can't see through the whole system itself. We are just a part of the beast system. But they got their eye on these. In the midst of all the population, that's what they want. The ones shrouded in purity. But who the fuck are they even? They want the humans. The ones who are both spirit and flesh, land and water. The ones who know how to be both at the same time. Seems like time can run out for you personally. This tells me time can run out for you. And I won't say to wake up because that word has lost its meaning to me or its impact. I'm going to say choose. Time will run out for you because your consciousness will be limited. It's not even me saying, oh, because you're chosen to be punished. No, time will run out for you when you don't have anything of your soul and your soul consciousness left to get you through the rest of your life and into another incarnation. Ooh, y'all asked me to do, oh, they are watching. They are, but I always know that. That was a lot for me. That just took me right on over. I haven't eaten anything all day, so I gotta go. But that was a great way to end this live, I think, because through all the other entertainment bullshit, I always like to get an opportunity to be an oracle. Welcome to all the newbies who have subscribed. While I can't see, I'll see as soon as I end this. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Take an opportunity to be as productive as possible. Love you if you need to hear it, and even if you don't, love you. Bye.